And welcome to Control Alt Deplete. We are back. I am your host, Buckblind, on the left side of your screen, and on the right side of your screen is Mr. Bioshock. How you doing, Bioshock?
Good. Getting
No.
ready for bed when you're getting up.
Right? Just about, pretty much.
Nah, yeah, I'm doing good though.
Good. This is episode 34,
Nice.
and like our fourth or fifth episode of season 2, because we kind of had a little bit extended break there since the patch came
A
out.
hiatus, yeah.
Patch came out, we got busy running keys, and we got busy with the holidays. So, but we are back. It is now 2024.
Yeah.
So it is a new year.
New
And
year, new me.
New year, same me. So anyway, yeah, let's jump on into it. So we have the weekly affixes for this week are Fortified, Storming, and Bursting. So it's not a bad week. It's a pretty good push week.
Yeah.
I am looking forward to running some keys, getting the vault filled out. And then, yeah, I don't think it should be too bad this week. Shadow Priest is a benefit, but,
Yes.
otherwise just pay attention, DPS.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, I think it's a good week to push for sure.
Yeah. Go ahead and take us through.
Yeah.
Go ahead and take us to that next point there.
So we have the new Prime Gaming loot. It comes out on the 16th, if I'm correct?
It's already out. It's been out since December 26th, yeah.
Right.
I've already got mine.
30th. Oh, okay. And does it say? Does it say like how long you have to watch? You just accept the.
No, this is just the one where you just go to the website.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you just if you have an Amazon Prime account, then you can just go to the it's on Blizzard's homepage. It's on there, and you just click the little claim offer, and then you can go there and get your mount. Nice. Easy peasy.
Yep.
So you got till the end of the month.
Yeah.
So make sure you all get it done.
Gotta figure that out. I just went through it, and it's like it wants me to reset my password for Prime.
Rip.
So I'll do that later.
And then we're gonna sort of talk about this for a little bit, actually.
Yeah.
They have announced for season 4, the tier set bonuses for each class and spec will be determined by letting the community vote. What are your thoughts?
If they're gonna bring it back, just have so you can change it like how they have runes inside. Just change tier sets when you're 2 set, 4 set, like just allow someone to change it.
I agree. Yep.
The voting system's gonna hurt people because you get this. People are gonna vote for PvP ones, and people are gonna vote for PvE ones if they're gonna be different. And some classes are gonna have more PvP representation, like rogues have a lot of PvP representation and stuff like that. So you're gonna get classes that are gonna get PvP specific tier set. Well, tier sets are good for PvP. They may be mediocre for PvE. It depends on the class and the tier set, but I don't think the voting's good at all. I don't know. I'm against it. I think it's a cool idea to bring it back, kind of pick. But having to vote, no.
Yeah. So I think the issue is this: what you're going to see a lot of is, you'll see some voting results and you'll be like, what? And it's because you're going to have people that have big communities, and they'll go out there and be like, oh, it'd be funny if everyone in chat right now went and goes and votes for this tier set for this class. It's so bad for them. And they all go and do it because they think it's funny. And then you get a terrible tier set, ends up being the winner. Blizzard learned nothing from the MDI voting. Like, the MDI voting, when they let people vote for what affixes were going to be there, they voted for the worst possible combination. And Blizzard has never learned from that do not let the community vote for anything.
So, I kind of think someone's going to stand out is Asmongold's community.
Mm-hmm.
He's got
sure
10,000 plus, and he's just going to be like, you know what? Just pick this one and screw this class over.
Yeah, so like for right now,
you could do it too. Like, if watchers would do it.
For right now, season 3 tier set is the leading one for Vengeance, which quite frankly, season 2 is the best tier set. Season 3 is not bad, so at least that one we're not seeing a terrible one.
Where are you seeing like the
If you're on the link, just click any go down to
Yeah.
the blue post there, click any of the specs that you want, and it'll take you to it. That's where you vote for it.
Oh, I see. It didn't like tell you what the spec is. I forgot what the.
Yeah, you just have to just know what it is.
Yeah.
So for Havoc, I don't even know what the what was that best Havoc tier set bonus?
Ooh, I think it was season. Was it? No, not season 1. I feel like their season 3 is really good. With the throw blade.
Yeah. I feel like the first 2 seasons was pretty underwhelming.
Yeah, I think tier set really helped them.
Yeah, so luckily the community seems to be agreeing because the vote is 75% for season 3.
That's good.
But yeah, you can't see the vote until you can't see the current standings until you actually have placed a vote. So that's kind of unfortunate.
So how does this work? Vote for every spec, or is or just classes?
So it's each spec. It's each individual spec. So like you have your Vengeance tier set and your Havoc tier set, and you would vote for each one of those or whatever you want. And you can vote for any of the specs you want. Also, until the voting closes, you can change your vote. It looks like so. I've already voted for the Vengeance one because the season 2 one is the better tier set. Which I'm assuming they'll bring it back as it was in season 2, but I don't know. We'll see. I kind of want more information on the Vengeance one because if they bring season 2 and they revert the nerf to it and make it the same as it was in season 2, it's hands down the best one, plain and simple. But if they are gonna leave it nerfed, then season 3 is the better set. But what was that? Why was my my headset's gonna try to shut off on me? That's what's going on. Anyway, yeah, I agree with you. I don't think that the tier sets should have a vote for them. I like you were suggesting. I would like to see them set up something where you can just have any one of the 3 active whenever, and then you can change it around throughout the season. I think that's what I would like to see.
I agree.
But yeah, you want to take us through the next part there?
Before you go on, I have a question.
Go for it.
Tier set, is it gonna have the old look of whatever season we pick, or is it gonna be like what is the visual gonna look?
So the appearance is also votable. So you also can vote on the appearance.
Okay.
So that's another aspect of it. That I don't care that much about because whatever. It's all the Demon Hunter tier set appearances have been terrible. So, but yeah, you can because you have if you look at the options on that link there, you've got like say for the very first one, you've got Blood spec bonuses, Frost Decay spec bonuses, Unholy spec bonuses, but above that you have Death Knight set look. If you click on that, that takes you for the appearance vote.
Oh, I see the tier transmog tab.
No, the one that just says Death Knight set look.
Okay.
Scroll down to the blue posts. Ignore the wow head thing. Scroll down to the. Well, I guess you could use the voting links there. Like if you go to the I was talking about the blue posts here.
We'll figure it out afterwards.
Just did you scroll down to the blue post?
On
the wow head link.
The wow head link. Okay, doing it right now. Very bottom. Oh,
scroll down to the blue post. Yeah, so that's where you can vote for any of the specs and the tier. Like the set looks is the appearance, and then the spec bonuses are the actual tier bonus.
Oh, okay.
Does that make sense?
Nope, but we'll figure it out later. We'll figure it afterwards.
You can do it right now, so the listeners can know what to do.
So I click the tier set voting. Choose your tier set. Yep. I see like the voting links.
No. Yeah, blue post. Just scroll down to the blue post. Click what? Give me a class that you're wanting to vote for.
Rogue.
Okay, so go down to Rogue. Click Rogue set look.
Oh, set look. Okay. And
And you vote for which season you want.
Oh, okay.
Just click the circle, and then
Well,
that's your
I
vote.
need to I want to see what they look like.
Yeah, that you have to find out on your own.
Yeah, so that's what I was curious about. That's no big deal though. Yeah, so that's I like there's some sets I like past seasons of for certain classes.
All right, so with that, the starting next Tuesday, which is January 16th, 10.2.5 launches. So the little mid-season halfway patch will launch.
Yep.
And with this patch, we have a decent amount of changes. Nothing major, nothing huge like what we would get with like a 2.0 patch or whatever. But there's a decent amount of change. It's about the amount you'd expect from a half patch. So for starters, we are getting the new Night Elf home, which is Belemeth, which is in the Emerald Dream, if I remember correctly. So that is the new world tree that we helped grow. We protected an Emirdasil. That is the Emirdasil is the world tree. So we have that, which we will be able to explore and check out for night elves. So congratulations to night elves. We also, and this is the big one, in my opinion, this is the biggest part of it, in my opinion. Dragon riding will be available anywhere where flying is available. So in all the old world stuff, everything where if you can fly, you'll be able to dragon ride. Caveat: you got to be level 60. That's the only downside. I was,
Not too bad. You were
yeah,
looking
no,
forward to if you're speedrunning, weren't
I
you?
was really hoping it would be available as soon as you get flying. Uh, Now that being said, I do think that most likely. See, I'm interested to see what they do with the next expansion, because they've already confirmed the next expansion when Warthen launches, Dragonflight is going to be the default leveling zone for new players. Like right now, it's Shadowlands, and before that, it was BFA. So Dragonflight will be there. So at level 10, people will be able to go to Dragonflight and get dragon riding. My question is, are they going to make dragon riding available worldwide at level 10 when they do that? Or will it only be available at level 10 in Dragon Isles? And then when you hit 60, you can fly everywhere. That's what I'm curious to find out. Because if it's available at level 10, then that changes everything. However, I don't see them allowing dragon riding at level 10 anyway for people who aren't in Dragonflight. My guess is it'll be only available in Dragonflight until you hit like 60 or whatever, because otherwise you can't fly until you're level 30 right now anyway. So it would be a little weird to see a level 10 person have dragon riding when you don't get flying until regular flying until level 30. So my guess is they will probably just keep it as a level 60 requirement outside of Dragon Isles. When you're in Dragon Isles, you can use it. Outside, you can't. That's my assumption.
Oh, you're 100% right on Dragonflight. There's no way they would have Dragonflight without the flying.
Oh yeah. No, they're definitely going to give that. Yeah.
Yeah, that's 100% chance. Maybe that's 1,000%. Like, it's going to happen.
Yep. And then we have the Azerothian Archives, which looks like there's gonna be like probably daily quests and some weekly quests. Yep, yeah, you've got like weekly quests. There's a weekly public event. And that gives, like you're just saying, it gives battle pets, mounts, and some transmog stuff. So that will be. I want to see what kind of mounts we got here. I click that learn more part. Let's see. Does it say anything on mounts? It does not say anything on mounts. Okay.
I personally am looking forward to the Gilneas scenario going on.
Yep, we'll get to that here in just a second. So let's see. You can head to the Roasted Ram Inn to collect 2 of the archives and begin the journey to Algathar Academy. Oh, okay. So they're going to kind of repurpose Algathar Academy. That's cool. I like that. I do like that a lot.
Me
'Cause
too.
I think Algathar Academy is one of those places that like I don't feel like there were really any quests there in leveling. And granted, I didn't do a ton of Valdrassus, but I feel like there weren't a whole lot of quests there. And it's a dungeon zone, but just like Brackenhide Hollow and Doku Defensive, like you have an outdoor area that matches the dungeon. But unlike Brackenhide and Doku Defensive, there's no mobs there, so there aren't like it's not like filled with elites that you have to try to fight. It's just empty and there's nothing there. So I think this is kind of cool. So
Oh, for sure.
there will be excavation you can do. Techno scrying. Where we scry for tech and wonder where he is and why he's not playing WoW. So, let's see. So every site contains items that must be sought to reveal scenes from the distant past. Report to Techno Archaeologist Sonata to receive a set of goggles called Techno Scryers that help you locate specific items with directional pings and alerts leading you to the... This is just archaeology, people. This is just archaeology. That's what this is. Okay, this is just archaeology. Why? Okay, yeah, that's just archaeology. I was like, what is this? It's just archaeology, and they just renamed it. That's what this is. Okay, now I feel duped. I feel betrayed. So there's some research stuff. Looks like probably able to get some pets from the research things, probably. Yeah, it sounds like it's basically just a revamped archaeology. That sounds like what this is. It's a revamped archaeology. Okay, now I'm a bit disappointed.
Azerothian Archives, that one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it sounds like it's just a revamped archaeology. So now I'm bummed. But hey, you can get mounts and battle pets and stuff, which honestly though, I didn't mind archaeology. It was kind of nice whenever you just want to zone out, watch some Netflix, and go and level up your archaeology.
True, yeah.
But you know. Anyway, go ahead and take us through the next points. I know you're excited. Said you're excited about it.
Ooh, I am. The Reclaiming of Gilneas. It's a very short little blue post there, and it just says King Greymane is ready to retake his kingdom, but Gilneas isn't as empty as expected. Help reclaim what was lost and return the kingdom to Gilnean hands. So I'm assuming it's gonna probably be like just a scenario you go in. Do that with probably I assume it's like is that like from BFA? Was it BFA?
The island expeditions? Or the scenarios from Miss Pandaria?
Kind of the scenarios from Miss Pandaria.
Yeah, honestly, they're basically the same thing, but
yeah. So I'm looking forward to that. That sounds pretty fun. I just loved going through the city when it was empty back in Kata, just exploring. I thought it was a really cool looking city.
Right.
Yeah, visually it's very nice. Yeah, so I'm looking forward to see how it plays out. I'm assuming. I don't think it's just gonna be a alliance thing. I think Horde may have a scenario as well where they lose. Maybe I don't know. Cause like
I don't know if it's gonna be Horde there though. I feel like it's gonna be Worgen, like just a wild Worgen, or yeah, because that was what Sylvanas unleashed a bunch of Worgen on him. So I'm guessing it's gonna be a bunch of Worgen there. But no, I am curious. I'm guessing. I don't think it's going to be a scenario. I think it'll be like a small quest chain, probably.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess because it's going to be like an individual thing. So I'm guessing it's going to be a little quest chain. Now it could be they could put some kind of scenario in there, but they've kind of gone away from those for the most part. They used to do them all the time, and now they kind of going away from it. Now this is what I'm interested to test out. I'm not really like that interested in doing a ton of them, but I do want to see how it works and see, because the technological implications are big if it works well. What? Oh, okay. A window just popped up on me. All my files got finally done transferring over. Anyway, so follower dungeons are going to be available for all 8 of the original Dragonflight dungeons on normal difficulty. So this is good for people that are not geared, or they especially people that play really casually, or if you just don't want to deal with toxic people. Um, they have follower dungeons, which have up to 4 NPCs that will
Yeah.
join your party and fill in any role. So you can have up to 4 people with you. So you can go in by yourself, you can go in with a couple of friends, whatever. And once you go to enter the dungeon, you'll have a follower NPC that will join your party. And if you need a healer, they'll heal. If you need a tank, they'll tank. I'm very curious just to test those different roles out to see how the NPC does, see what the quality of it is.
Yeah.
Because I would be curious to see if this is something they can implement on a higher scale, not necessarily like high Mythic Plus or anything like that, but I think this is something you could make available for heroic and regular Mythic dungeons. Not necessarily like right off the bat at the start of the season, but once the season is actually once you've gotten past where Mythic 0 is the highest you can do and you've got Mythic Plus is unlocked, I think that would be a good time for this to possibly be available for Mythic 0 dungeons, just to let people do some of that, learn dungeons that way,
Content. Yeah.
Like, what better way for a person to be able to go in and learn a dungeon than to go in with some NPCs and either just them and the NPCs or them and a friend or two and some NPCs and just go in and practice it on like an M0 without having a bunch of toxic people that are doing stupid stuff and being jerks.
I agree. Yeah.
I know a lot of times what happens is if you get somebody that wants to try to learn a dungeon, you got to like go into like 2s and 3s. But what happens typically when you're doing 2s and 3s is typically there's somebody in the group that's a much higher level and they're just going to blast through it and you don't see a single mechanic and you don't really learn anything. So I think this would actually be a great learning tool for people who are wanting to do Mythic Plus but don't know mechanics. It'd be a great way for them to go in on a Mythic 0 with NPCs and you can go at a slower pace. Time doesn't matter, and you can just learn the mechanics. I think that's a potential use that this could eventually be used for. But right now it's just normal difficulty. But
I can see him upping it. I can see him upping it for sure.
Yeah, I would like to see it. Yeah, I don't know. Be a good chance for you to test out some healing, right?
Nope.
And then if you want to take us to the last part there.
The Outland Cup?
Yes.
So they're releasing 13 races, and obviously the normal, the advanced, and the reverse variations. You can get, for doing these races, you get badges you can turn in Valdraken to get rewards like appearances, transmog set, new dragon customizations. Seems like a lot of visual flying mount variations.
Yeah. I like that manuscript of endless possibility. You see that? The very end of that paragraph there?
What is it for?
It's at the very end there. The new rewards paragraph there that you're just reading where it's telling the rewards for it.
Yeah.
That manuscript.
Yeah, the new customizations each time you mount up.
Yeah, randomizes your mount customization. That could be interesting.
That's pretty cool, yeah. Yeah, it's pretty cool. There's introduction quests for the Outland Cup, and it's been changed to require that the player complete all the races. And when the players will now be rewarded for 80 Riders of Azeroth badges for completing the quest. And then you get more customizations. Players will grant a maxed out dragon riding talent tree when they're racing the Outland Cup. Cool. I mean, does that mean people that haven't collected the glyphs will get the bonuses anyway? Is that what it means?
Yeah, just when you're racing on the cup part.
Yeah. Players that haven't unlocked dragon riding yet will also be able to fly the race course using loaned dragon riding mounts. Interesting.
Yep, that's how they did the first cup. The entire first cup was a loaned dragon riding mount because they didn't have dragon riding in those zones. So you got like you got to pick which dragon riding mount you wanted to use. Like the person you talk to them, you would tell them which one you wanted to use, and then you would get to use that for all the dragon riding stuff.
Yeah. And then the last thing here is that since worldwide dragon riding will be available, you'll no longer be dismounted after completing the race. If dragon riding is unlocked on that character, if dragon riding has not been unlocked, you'll get dismounted after completing the race.
Woohoo!
So I mean, yeah, is what it is.
So one thing on the dragon riding being unlocked, I was going to start going through on my demon hunter this past week. I was like, I'm bored. I'm gonna go through and just start doing all the old quests. And then I remembered, hey, if I wait a week, I'll have dragon riding. So I did not do that. I waited.
It's a good idea.
Mm-hmm. We also have some new character customizations. I don't know if you've looked into this stuff at all, because I know you like that kind of stuff. So go ahead and take us through that, because that's more your thing.
So, for the most part, I'll get into it, but most part, it's a lot of visuals for spells that they're revamping. But a few things, like for trolls, for example, they have like 5 new hair colors for trolls and 1 new skin tone for Draenei. Then the warlock pets had special customizations as well. They're now bringing that in for the tyrant from demonology and the dark lair from affliction, I think. So you can change those a little bit too, which is pretty cool. So that means they
Nice.
can have all their pets the way they want them to look.
Have you looked at the new hair colors for troll?
No, no.
If you click on the learn more part, it'll show you all of them.
I like that pink purple one.
Yeah. Yeah, so it looks like you got blue, a bright green, like the one you said, pinkish purplish, a yellow goldish one, and then you've got a
red.
Dark. It's like a dark red.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
But that'll allow people to make themselves look like Zappy Boy.
And then the Draenei's got 1 more skin tone, which is a little bit darker skin. It's like
Yep,
more like
a dark gray.
Grayish purple, yeah. And if you scroll down, you get a little bit of the tyrant changes.
Yep, looks like some colors.
As well. Yeah.
What's the tyrant even from? I've never.
It's the big single target cooldown for demonology.
Ah, okay.
So the tyrant does more damage for as many pets as you have out. So you get your imps going, fell stalker, or whatever.
Right.
Tyrant, and the tyrant does more damage based on ads. But yeah, it's like a minute and a half cooldown, I think. But it's like their big single target cooldown.
Gotcha. I like the dark glares.
Yeah, the dark glares are nice.
Yeah, those look cool.
Yeah.
The ones at the bottom look like older models.
They look like the couple look like the bosses from like TBC.
Yeah. Yeah, they look like look, the bottom ones look like older models, and the top ones look like the newer models.
Yeah.
I kind of like the robot looking one. That's like eyes like half closed.
Oh yeah.
I like that one.
It looks like the boss from that Legion dungeon going, so they gotta carry the light around.
Gotcha.
When you go down the elevator, I think something of the Wardens. What's it called?
Vault of the Wardens.
Vault of the Wardens. Yeah, one of the bosses looks like that eye you're talking about, the Dark Lair.
Gotcha.
They look very similar, I think.
No, I think I know what you're talking about. You're right. It's the one with the mirror, I think.
Yes,
the mirrors. Yeah. Is it Glazer?
Yes,
it's Glazer.
Yeah. I don't know if it looks like
that. That is Glazer. Yeah, that is Glazer actually.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's literally his model.
Yeah, so carrying on a little bit.
Yep.
For dragon riding, as you may have not known, some of the people listening, but the Draxier ability Soar is now a form of dragon riding. Before it was just kind of launched in the air, and you had two charges to go forward and 1 charge to go up. So it didn't last very long, but this Well, it gives you the ability to stay in the air like you normally would with a mount, which is pretty cool.
Yep.
Yeah.
And for druids, that'll be happening in War Within. They will get dragon riding as part of their flight form as well.
Right.
So you'll be able to stay in your flight, which will be nice.
Yeah.
We also are going to have a small quest chain where players will join the aspects as they reflect on the events of Dragonflight and look to the future, and are introduced to the new Night Elf city of Belemeth, and can stay a while and listen to the conversations of key characters throughout Valdrakken. So we're going to start seeing some of those chat bubbles over people's heads if you haven't listened to them yet, and you can sit there and get some lore and some little interesting stuff.
Yeah.
So that'll be out on Tuesday as well. So that is nice to see. On a side note here, real quick, it has been confirmed that we will be getting a faded season for raiding and stuff for season 4. The raids will be like a faded raid season, just like it was at the end of Shadowlands. Just wanted to make a note of that. There's going to be a currency thing, just like there was, where you can buy, once you get enough tokens, you can buy like the trinkets and whatnot from the raid. So just a heads up on that as we go into season 4 in probably a couple of months, my guess. 2 to 3 months, we'll probably start season 4.
Yeah.
And then we have some class changes, not a ton, nothing major.
Yeah, very, very minor.
Yeah. I know one of the things that you and Jared have been very excited about are a lot of the Covenant abilities. They're changing the appearance to match the classes.
Yeah.
They're also changing some of the names and some of the damage.
Yeah.
So for Demon Hunter, Elysian Decree is now going to be Chaos damage instead of Arcane damage. And the Hunt is going to be Chaos damage instead of Nature damage. So that's kind of nice. I like that.
Yeah, the Hunt base gets bonus from the Havoc's mastery, right? So
yes.
So that's nice.
Now, if you're taking the mastery talent thing, it already was because it changes all damage. But now, if you weren't taking that damage, you're still going to get a bonus from the mastery. Right. So that does help for people who weren't taking the talent. Evoker's Source of Magic, that's the thing, the little buff you put on a healer. That now lasts for an hour instead of 30 minutes. So, okay. Whatever, cool, I guess. Preservation. So Essence Burst may now trigger from Cast of Reversion. The mana cost of most spells has been increased by 10%. A grace period now increases your healing by 10 to 20% on targets with your reversion instead of 5 to 10. And Timeless Magic now also affects Temporal Anomaly and reduces the mana cost of Reversion, Temporal Anomaly, Echo, and Time Dilation by 10 to 20%. And it was just duration at 15 to 30%. Yeah. So developers' note on that is that they would like maintaining reversions to feel more rewarding for Preservation Evoker, even when playing on an Emerald Blossom focused build. As a result, we are tying in Cast of Reversion with Essence Burst. This should make the rotational flow of Preservation smoother and more enjoyable. Since this introduces more mana-free spell cast, we are also increasing mana cost to compensate. I know nothing about anything I just said, but that's the notes. I attempted Preservation Evoker for about 10 minutes and said, no, thank you, it's not for me. For mages, Shifting Powers now Arcane damage instead of Nature damage. You want to take us through the monk changes there?
Sure. So Mistweaver, some other stuff like Dance of the Wind has been redesigned. Make sure dodge chance increase with 10%, an additional 10% every 4 seconds until you dodge an attack. So that sounds like a tank thing, but it's for Mistweavers. Ancient Teachings now additionally increases them by 5% while active. What else? Teaching of the Monastery now highlights Blackout on the action bar when it reaches max stacks. That's just quality of life. Thunder Focus Tea has additional functionality to expel harm, cause you to transfer 25% more healing and damage, and create a cheat cocoon on yourself. That's good defensive. Tea of Plenty now has the possibility to grant expel harm and invoke mist instead of essence spawn and renewing mist. So that sounds pretty good because invoking mist is a very strong heal. Some stuff's been changed. Granting Versatility. Phalanx has been renamed to Jade Firestorm. Awakened Phalanx has been named to Awakened Jadefire. So that's just more visual changes and name changes for some of their abilities. Windwalker's got basically the same thing. Got the Fey Exposure renamed to Jadefire Brand, Way of the Fey, Path of Jade. Phalanx Harmony is now Jadefire Harmony, and Phalanx Stomp is Jadefire Stomp. If you haven't seen them, for anyone listening, that I particularly really like the Phalanx Stomp, the Jadefire Stomp. The way it looks visually is really cool. I like it's a lot more like what's the word? Looks more like a monk ability than like a spear ability back from Shadowlands, which is pretty cool. Rogue Echoing Reprimand is now changed to physical damage, was arcane, and damage increased by 43% to account for armor. Okay, because arcane. Because before with Echo Reprimand for rogues, it was doing arcane damage, so it wasn't factoring armor. So they changed that. Some shaman changes, nothing really huge. And same with the warrior, you have 3 abilities that are changed. Spear of Bastions, now Champion Spear. Elysian Might is now Champion's Might. And Piercing Verdict, now Piercing Challenge. Now, I particularly really like the Spear of Bastion, now the Champion Spear. It looks really cool. Again, like they did a pretty good job at like revamping the look of it. I think it looks a lot better.
Now, one thing I do want to note on the shaman thing, it won't affect 99% of people out there. But for me, it actually kind of annoys me that they did this. Earth Elemental, Fire Elemental, and Storm Elemental, as well as the primal versions of those, now have a reduced size and instances for shamans, allies, and enemies. For the shaman, the elementals still appear large. The reason I don't like this is as a tank, it's nice to be able to easily see the Earth Elemental, so I know why I'm losing threat left and right. Because now that it's going to be small, now I'm just going to be even more confused. It already takes me a few seconds whenever I'm tanking, and all of a sudden I'm losing threat, and I'm like trying to taunt. I'm like, it's not working, nothing. I'm losing threat and everything. What is going on? And then I spot the Earth Elemental. So now that they're making smaller, it's just going to take me even longer to spot it, and I'm going to be even more confused that I'm losing threat. So that one, I actually don't like that change a little bit, but it's not that big of a deal.
That's funny.
Yeah, it's not that big of a deal. It's just a little bit of a nuisance for tanks.
Yeah.
Because it legitimately does confuse me, because I don't usually, unless the shaman is in our Discord with us, which they're usually not, then I don't know the Earth Elemental's been popped. And then all of a sudden, I'm just losing threat, and I'm panicking, going, why am I losing threat? Why am I losing threat? And then I'll spot the Earth Elemental.
Yeah.
But, yeah. And then, yeah, the that Dance of the Wind ability, I know you said it sounds like a tanking ability. That's because it actually is a tanking ability. It's just in the class tree.
Oh.
But yeah, so that actually, I don't know why they didn't include that for tanks, because that's in. Although maybe they did. Maybe it does something different for Mistweaver and Windwalker. Because I'm pretty sure, like, I'm reading it, I'm like, I'm pretty sure that's how it works for tanks already. So I'm wondering if maybe it worked that way for tanks and worked differently for Windwalker and Mistweaver, and now they're changing it for them. I don't know. I'll have to look into that, but. Yeah, because I know that's an ability that we actually use as a Brewmaster tank. We use that instead of Dampen Harm.
Right.
Because those are the choices that you have. You have Dampen Harm or Dance of the Wind. Which you would think Dance of the Wind doesn't sound that strong, but it actually is, because we literally use it over Dampen Harm, which is like reduces 20% damage for 8 seconds.
Yeah.
It's like a minute and a half cooldown or something. So that's actually a big. It's a good ability for us. So also, here's a big thing as well. The catalyst charges are going to be granted every week starting on Tuesday instead of every other week. So that's nice, big, easy, quick way to catch up if you're low on tier set, or if you just want appearances. You can use it to get tier set appearances. So yeah, that's going to be a beneficial use for people. Um, and yeah, so I'm looking through here, some PvP stuff. I don't know if you got anything interesting from the PvP stuff.
Nah, it's very minor.
All right. Um, and that's about it from the patch notes. I think the rest of it's just some accessibility and interface stuff, but nothing major.
Yeah.
Yep. So that is about it for all the patch notes. So yeah, that's about all we got as far as news and stuff.
Yeah, we kept it
Anything
short.
anything classic related you want to talk about? 'Cause I know you've been playing a
Yeah.
lot of Season of Discovery, which I know the
Yeah.
new phase starts
At
February
the 8th.
8th.
Yeah. Yeah. So the
So,
cap will go from 25 to 40. Noborgon will be the next raid. We're not quite sure if it's 10 men or 25 or 20, but we're assuming it's 10 again. That means new ruins are coming out. It kind of people think they're gonna add 2 more slots, so you can have 5 ruins active at a time. It's not confirmed. Just people speculating. But yeah, they did announce they do have new ruins coming out, and just like the beginning of the season, they give you the information like here, this is the rune, this is what it does, but they don't tell you how to get it. So it took people a couple weeks to get all the ruins because they're just working together and trying to figure out how to get it. So that'll be interesting to see that firsthand because I didn't play SOD when it first came out. So I never was part of like figuring out the runes or anything, but that's gonna be kind of fun, I think, to just kind of journey around and figure out how to get the runes and stuff.
they'll all be on
Um,
Wowhead the first day.
yeah. And for those that are worried, I was worried about this too. For Nomergon, since it's in a really terrible place for Horde to get to, they're gonna have a portal for Horde
Oh,
players to
nice.
get there. Yeah,
Yeah, that's very nice.
because there's no easy way to get there. Like
Yeah.
there's no quick way, there's no easy way. It's just
I mean,
there's
isn't Nomergon in like the dwarf starting
Dumbledore.
zone?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's a terrible place to try to go.
yeah,
Yeah, that's good that they're gonna put a portal there for sure.
yeah. And so I was talking to my buddy about this because back when Classic first launched, like the Vanilla Classic, like what 5 years ago, 6 years ago, um, mages were boosting for gold, Scarlet Monastery. What they would do is get 4 of you in there, you stay by the entrance, they go pull the whole dungeon, and then just Blizzard killed it all. Um, that was caused an issue with people buying gold on these servers.
Right.
So what Blizzard did is it made it so when there's one person fighting a bunch of ads, they're gonna stun you now, so you can't channel the Blizzard. They're trying to get rid of that gold farming, people selling gold, buying gold, that whole shebang. So I'm perfectly fine with that. Um,
Yeah, I could see that being annoying for a very small set of people that like the challenge that they like to do is to go in and try to solo a dungeon. But
yeah,
no, I understand why they're doing that.
yeah. So I think that's a good move. I mean, it sucks because like, well, I was gonna say it sucks because when I was playing in Classic, I did a bunch of Squad Monastery boosting. It was the fastest way to level. So I just used my gold and I'd buy like, I don't remember how much it was, but you buy like 5 runs at a time, and it takes about 10 minutes of a run, and you're getting like 40% of your level to run, so it's very quick to level that way. Maybe not faster than leveling or questing, I'm not sure, it depends on the class, but it was the fact that you could just sit there and AFK and just let your guy soak up experience.
See, I hate that. It's so boring. I
Yeah,
want to do stuff.
yeah,
I hate the level boosting in retail. It's just so boring.
right. Yeah, so that's about it for me from SOD.
Nice, nice. All right. Well, what have you been doing this week for your week in WoW?
I did 4 Demon Hunter keys. We did what, a 21 or 20? What did we do? What
We
was
did
that one
it was
weekend?
a 20 Everbloom.
21. Oh, okay.
Yeah, we did a 20 Everbloom. I think we
I thought
did
we did a
another one
21.
though.
I thought we did a 21.
Hang on, let me check. See, I don't know that we did it. Yeah, we did. We did do a 21. I just don't remember what dungeon it was. Oh, it was Darkheart Thicket, I think.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that sounds right.
Yeah, we did a 20 Everbloom. And 21 Darkheart Thicket. Yep.
Oh, okay. So that's cool. Get those 20s done. Yeah, so I did 4 mythics. I did a lot of sod leveling. Since the last podcast, I didn't have any tunes. Now I have 25 rogue and a 25 druid. I'm kind of swapping between them as I play. I do 4 runs a week, so 2 a night on resets for the dungeon or the raid. I mean, and so I get a chance to get gear for both my tunes. It's a relatively easy dungeon now. It's a lot easier than what it was when it first started, but.
Talking about the dungeon or the raid?
The raid, Blackfeather Deeps.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so I spend a lot of time in there. I'm really enjoying it. I like playing.
Nice.
So, yep.
And for me, pretty much just running keys. I've done some leveling in sod, and I got my hunter from 16 to 22 yesterday.
Yep.
Last night / this morning.
Yeah, I when I logged in today, I checked to see what level you were.
Yep. Got all the way to 22, so it wasn't too bad.
Oh yeah, I've said time about this. That my buddy Donnie has a hunter that he plays, but he's switching to marksman because they're nerfing BM so much.
Yep.
So I don't even know what marksman runes are, but I like marksman more than beastmaster anyways. If I was ever playing a hunter, but.
Yeah, no, they're nerfing the pet damage from the Beast Mastery rune from 30% to 20%. So that's a big change for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know anything about Marksman yet. I haven't looked at it, but that's what I originally played when I first played a Hunter, was Marksman.
Right. Yeah.
So I played that in Kata. That was my main throughout Kata, and I love that Hunter. I still have that Hunter. That's the one I brought over. He's only like level 45 right now, but he's Buckbeard was his name. When I switched him over to Tichondria server, I had to change his name to Buckbeardy, unfortunately. Because Buckbeard was already taken, which annoyed me. Yeah, sure you did. No, it annoyed me. I do need to find out who has that name and be like, yo, change your name.
Yeah.
But that and my paladin. I had to change my paladin. My paladin's name was Buckscar, which it wasn't my first paladin. Although I actually think it might have been my first paladin. I don't think it was. Buckskin was my first paladin. But Buckscar was my paladin that I played the most during Kata and stuff. And I had to change his name to Buckscar with 2 R's. Because Buckscar was already taken. And again, I was like, why? Funny story on that paladin, though. So this is the only time I've ever had that happen before. I went into a dungeon, a random heroic dungeon or whatever. I don't remember when this was, but I was tanking on my paladin, Buckscar. Went into the dungeon, and there was another player in the dungeon with me that was a paladin, and they were a ret pally, and their name was Buckscar. The exact same name as me. We did the little Spider-Man meme, the point. But, yeah, good memories on those guys. That hunter I played, I've got the farm in Miss Pandaria maxed out on that hunter. I got a ton of ret, that's exalted on that guy from Kata and Miss Pandaria, because he just did a bunch of stuff back then. That was my main for both of those expansions. But yeah, so this week, hopefully gonna hit 20. I should hit 2,700 this week. I'm 2693 on my rating. Definitely should be able to get 7 points this week. I've got 2 more dungeons to get 20s timed on, and then I'll have every dungeon with a 20 timed on it. I think it's Galcron's Fall and Throne of Tides, so those are not fun ones to deal with, especially Throne of Tides is... Throne of Tides, I think, is my least favorite right now. I would take Murzon's Rides over Throne of Tides, honestly. Throne of Tides just still a little rough.
Yeah.
Horizon's Rise is fine so long as people know the mechanics.
Right.
But
Yeah.
I'm gonna finish leveling up that hunter probably in the morning after we run some keys tonight. And yeah, we'll see if I should be able to hit 25 in the next couple days. So maybe next week I'll raid with you guys on Thursday if I can wake myself up in time.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Sweet. Yeah.
But yeah, I think that is about it. You got anything else?
Nope.
All right. Well, thank you all for listening. We are back. Hopefully, we will get back to getting episodes out every week. At the very least, every other week. And yeah. So we will see you all around.
Bye.